But Alchemy, it's not a real thing, so why are you making a video about it? I mean, there's actually official news that came out from Izuka-san, and you haven't really said anything about it. Guys, relax. That will come in due time. I just want to talk about this for fun. Let's continue on. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a new leak about Sonic Rangers. So apparently this just came out not too long ago. I think it's still freshly new, but it comes from a leak from Reddit, and it comes from the user of xnop89. That's really your name. What is that, man? But without further ado, let's get into this leak so we can discuss everything about it. So it starts off, the title of it is Clearing Some Things About Sonic Rangers. There's been many leaks about the upcoming Sonic Rangers floating around. I playtested the game around late last year, and I'm here to clarify a few things. Also, I just want to say, take this with a light grain of salt. Honestly, I don't know. It's like, this could be totally fake. I just want to talk about it because I feel like it would be something cool to talk about. So, let's just talk about it. Open world game set in an island inhabited by many creatures and varied wildlife. Developed by new staff over at Sonic Team utilizing the Hedgehog engine 2. Don't know how much that seems kind of false. Sonic's in-game design has been tweaked from past games. He's shorter and his quills have been made bigger, also with a darker shade of blue. There's also a Sonic movie skin that's unlocked once you beat the game. Now that for a little bit, I feel like I can kind of believe that, because I mean, in the trailer we saw that Sonic's designs was a little bit different. If you took a quick peek at Sonic's design, his quills are bigger, but as far as shorter, I really didn't see a difference with that. And the Sonic movie skin was in the other leaks that we talked about, so I feel like that's been a thing that we've been talking about. First game in a while where Eggman isn't the villain. Plot revolves around a ghost girl getting her natural habitat threatened by cyberspace creatures, and Sonic has to help her. Chatting with NPCs makes a return. So it's sort of like Sonic Unleashed, basically, where you chat around and talk to the NPCs around in Spangonia, Apotos, and Autobot, and all that. But as far as the Ghost Girl thing is returning again. I guess that's going to be like the main point, the main story point, or the main side character that you're going to be hanging around with, just like Chip or any other character. Game takes major inspiration from Green Hill Paradise and Sonic Utopia with an emphasis on momentum physics, rolling, and exploration. This was likely reactionary to the reception of Sonic Forces being too linear. Light combat elements are also present with a skill tree and melee moves, with one of them being the spin cycle teased in the trailer. Okay, that's what kind of makes you like uncredible when you start saying that it's literally taken from Green Hill Paradise and Sonic Utopia. Like, Sega cares about fan games and they look at fan games, but they wouldn't just blatantly take inspiration from it. They'll take inspiration from other competing games like Breath of the Wild, or even like Mario Odyssey, or something like they'll even compare it to their own games like Sonic Unleashed or Sonic Heroes or stuff like that, but they will never really compare it to fan games that much. The main missions grant you ores which allow you to enter cyberspace, where the boost makes a comeback. Cyberspace is this weird purple dimension where everything is distorted. Quick step and slide return, but no rail grinding from what I saw. Things are subject to change though. That's weird that he said the weird purple dimension, which kind of reminds me of Null Space with Infinite. And in an earlier leak, there was actually, I meant to make a whole video about this, but it was only just one interesting thing. Infinite was actually in the game because in the final boss theme, they basically played Infinite's theme song, which could just be a placeholder because they don't have final boss music ready. But it's kind of weird that, we're getting a duology of like that, those Infinite themes right there on top of this weird purple dimension, and it kind of it sounds like Null Space. So I don't know, we don't know, let's see. Beat cyberspace missions and get Chaos Emeralds. First 3D game in a series to feature emerald hunting since Sonic Heroes. That's actually kind of cool, and I think that's what the direction, even the other leaks said that, I think that's the direction they're trying to go, which, in my opinion, I don't have a problem with that. I do think that maybe the boost is a little bit played out, so I wouldn't be mad if it's just subject to just a special stage, just getting the Chaos Emerald like it was in Sonic Heroes. I'm not opposed to that. To enter cyberspace, you have to gain enough speed in an open world by rolling down slopes, something akin to the past and future mechanic from Sonic CD. Boost looks the same way as it did in the recent teaser. That is interesting. Now, I know, like I said, I don't want to make this thing seem real. I don't want to make this seem like this is actual fact. But if that's a thing, if we can just, you know, gain momentum and speed and just go into the cyberspace that way, I think that's very interesting. I really love Sonic CD. I don't talk about it as much, but that's one of my favorite classic Sonic games, other than Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But Sonic CD is amazing because of the time travel and how you time travel and getting enough speed momentum just to travel to the future or past. I love it. But if that's a thing for Sonic Rangers, I think that's very interesting. Just bringing that back from Sonic CD and just putting it into a 3D Sonic game, I would like to see that done. Throughout the game, Sonic meets various tribes and creatures, with one of them being a clan of echidnas. This also raises the possibility of Knuckles making an appearance, but we'll see. The Angel Island is nowhere to be seen, though. I highly doubt that. That's that's not happening. Art direction takes huge inspiration from Breath of the Wild, and the cartoony art style from the previous games have been dropped entirely. The overworld you run through resembles something like the Mystic Ruins with waterfalls, foliage, and swamps. Now, this is where I kind of get into it, and I'm just like, oh, well, I mean, he could be telling the truth. He could be stretching things, but this kind of sounds like it. Because every leak that we saw has been talking about Breath of the Wild, and knowing that the cartoony art style that they had, you know, from, I think, from Colors all the way up to Forces is gone. Like, I'm so for that. I hated the cartoon art style. I did not like it. The one where I hated it the most was in actually in Lost World with the those cube trees. That bothers me. It irritated me. Like, when you look at Generations of trees, like, Sonic's planet had real trees, and then you look at Lost World and it's just like, yeah, we have cute trees. Like, that pissed me off so much. Like, so to see that art style is gone and they're relying more on realistic, you know, the depictions of trees and plants and stuff like that, I'm more for that. Now, this next part, I'm just like, okay, dude, like, yeah, you're stretching your credibility thin, bro. The Switch version has been outsourced to another developer, but I wasn't giving further details on who it was. A port of Sonic Colors is being done by Blind Squirrel Entertainment, so I suppose they are the ones doing it for Rangers as well, but I could be wrong. I think you're definitely wrong. I think that's no. No. What I think is going to happen is that because this game's coming out on PS5, Xbox Series X, and PS4 and Xbox One, I think that the Switch version is just going to be a watered down version of the PS4 and Xbox One edition, just a little bit, you know, more suitable for, you know, a lower res console. So I don't know. I don't think that Blind Squirrel will be worrying too much about that. They have Sonic Colors Ultimate to worry about. I doubt that Sega's probably just like throwing that at them like, hey, can you do this too? I doubt that that's probably going to be a thing. The PC version will likely be an Epic Games Store timed exclusive. Ooh, sorry, Premi. Sorry. Game was Dang, Prem. Game was initially slated for November 2021 release date, but was pushed back to 2022 due to COVID affecting the release schedule, which is, you know, prominent to a lot of games during this time frame. I mean, heck, we're just now getting a lot of games, you know, coming out during this year. I'm surprised that Ratchet & Clank was fine to come out. I'm surprised that Horizon's still on track. The only one that's really been affected is God of War, and I don't even think that's due to COVID. I think that's just due to, you know, studio time, as far as like the developers wanting more time to actually, you know, fix and patch out the game. Many things here are all subject to change, so take everything with a grain of salt. Now, this whole leak, I don't know. And let's talk about why I want to talk about this and why I made a video on it. So, as of now, literally as I speak right now, I'm making a top 5 wants for the Sonic Rangers game. I want to talk about the things that I am looking forward to, some things I want to be taking out, and those are going to be 2 separate videos. So this right here is just a conversational piece for me, not as far as like saying like I want this, I believe this leak and this leak tells all. Like, no, if anything, I would believe the 4chan leaks more than I believe this Reddit leak. But honestly, some of the things that he's talking about in here seems promising, and I really hope that this is a thing. Like the whole you know, building up momentum just to go travel into the cyberspace. I think that's a lovely idea. I think that, hey, that's something that Sonic Team, if you're listening, please do it, please. That's cool. I would love to see that. Thank you. Also, where he was mentioning, you know, the NPCs, I think personally, I miss NPCs, whether that be actual like Sonic-like characters or human characters. I want NPCs in Sonic games. I think it's cool. I always found it cool, especially if there's going to be an open world involved. Don't just have a barren world. I want to talk to people. I want to engage with people. The other leaks said that there was no NPCs around, so I don't know how much credible source that is, because the other one said that literally there's no one there. Also, on top of that, it's just the fact that Eggman's not the villain. That's something that's very interesting to me. I'm not saying I'm tired of Eggman, but it would be nice to see a different pace of Eggman not being a part of, you know, the actual story, or not being the villain. I do think that seeing someone different will be cool. Maybe it's Infinite, I don't know, or maybe it's someone completely different. I would just love to see someone different at this point. Also, the boost actually being in the you know, special stages, I love that. I think that's a great idea. I think, you know, just having the boost in those sections are amazing. It gives you a reason to explore the open world, or having more fun in the open world versus, you know, going to, you know, the boost levels, you know, because it wouldn't feel different compared to having the boost levels in the open world and then the boost levels, the boost and the actual, you know, cyberspace levels. There's no difference in that. So having a difference between those two would be really great. And like I said before, it's probably why the boost levels are probably so great, because I believe that the Sonic Generations team or Sonic Unleashed team probably dealt with those stages, and the Sonic Forces team dealt with the open world, comparing to what those other leaks were saying. Or as of recently, there's been news about, you know, Sonic Team being a whole new team. They're called Sonic Studio, and Sonic Team is just a branding for the actual development team. So I don't know, but we'll get into that story later. But I think that having a boost separate and separate from the open world and just into the boost cyberspace levels will be great. He also mentions the Hedgehog Engine 2, which I don't even know they're using that anymore, considering that this is an open world game. I doubt that the Hedgehog Engine 2 would work in an open world sense, or maybe the Hedgehog Engine 2 is just being used in those cyberspace levels. I don't know. I don't know if the you know, the Hedgehog Engine 2 is just like totally scrapped and they have a totally new engine, or they just modified it and made it work for the open world. But if they did and they keep using Hedgehog Engine 2, that makes me a little bit worried about, you know, the actual quality of the game, because I did not like the Hedgehog Engine 2. It was not good at all. But yeah, that's all I have to say for right now. Like I said, I am working on the top 5 once for this, for Sonic Rangers, and I'm going to discuss a little bit more into depth about the things that I want and the things I don't want. I don't want to talk too much about the things here, not too much. And also, the story looks very interesting as far as, you know, having the Ghost Girl and then what that is, and, you know, the cyberspace demons or whatever they're talking about. I think that sounds interesting. It's really cool. But let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think it's going to be good? Do you think it's going to be bad? I think it's going to be terrible. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think down below. Give me your comments and your feedbacks. I will always love to hear that. And until next time, peace. Hey guys, if you like this video, why don't you leave a like? And make sure you subscribe and hit that post notification bell so you guys know when I always upload.